Hello, everyone who has happened to view this video. We are your power rankers, and we're going through every single team in Gopherwatch League history based off their peaks. This is going to be a mess. I hope you all enjoy. We're going to be starting in season 5.5 since that's the the ones that's, it's fresh in our mind, So, which team do you want to start with? The Anglers, since they're just right there?
No, Cats, cursed here.
True. Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy one, I think.
That's that tier literally exists for them.
Don't worry, Riddle. I'll send you the epic handshake video. You can put it in.
I also just some future leaks. I don't think they're gonna be alone in that tier.
I don't either.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Either.
Yeah, no way.
I forgot to introduce our rankers.
Nah.
Hello, it's me, Fedora. Okay, fine. Rusty doesn't want to do it. Okay, it's me, FedoraMaster, joined by the RustyGoomba, the founder of Gopherwatch League himself, Booney, FlipFlop,
the Trivia Master. Please include that.
Trivia Master, FlipFlop, and then you also have Trey. All of us have been here quite a while. We also have a few guests who might say a few things. We have BBQ, but he's currently deafened. So you also have Nuttyr and Paige with RiddleDog helping us with the recording process. So the Cats are done. Who should we do next?
Might as well do the Anglers, yeah.
I can go alphabetical.
What do we think for
the Anglers? I don't know what relative we're going here, but I feel like you probably put them in C. Like B or C, yeah.
Put them in C.
I'd say high C, low B.
Yeah, I feel like high C is good for because they are like they're like not bad for this season. They're just like they're also in a tough division. They have a really tough schedule. They played the Imps week 1, then they 3 of the OTs, then they played against the Skies, the top team in Gold Division, and then they beat the second team in they just lost to the second team in Maroon Division. So a bit tough for them, but I think C is a good spot to start for them.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
All right. Who's next? Who are we doing next? Let's see.
The Ducks. The Ducks next.
All right.
D for Duck.
Yeah, D for Duck.
Yeah. D for Duck. I'm okay with that.
I'm fine with that, to be honest. As somebody on the team.
Mid D maybe.
Yeah, I feel like
initial thought.
I don't think they can be any lower than D as we move on.
If we're actually playing like on our game and everything, like I know it's a bad example, but it was like Universal, was it the Trout or whatever?
Yeah, and if we
bad example, but like we were actually like playing like a team that day, and it kind of showed. And like any other game was just kind of us not. So I think it really depends.
Should we say what we consider to be their peak as we rank these teams?
I think we should just do like.
I feel like saying doing it by peak is probably not the way you want to phrase it.
I think we can do it for the other teams, but with this season, it's hard to say if we've even seen the peak of some of these teams yet.
Yeah.
So this power ranking right now for season 5.5 is just average of their performances.
Okay. Yeah. Let's move on then. We have the Emma Skies. I'm kind of low on the Emma Skies right now.
I am too.
B tier.
I think
top B tier currently for them. Because they're still better than the Anglers. I think that if the Anglers might be able to move up to B later, but I think C is still a good spot for them currently.
Yeah, I think it really just depends on how we rank the rest of the teams. So.
Okay, moving on. Who do we have next?
The Imps.
The Imps.
A tier.
Yeah, if we're A tier for now, yeah. Because I know there's a few S tier teams coming in later. But
there's super OP teams.
There's
it all depends on what our distribution curve ends up being at the end.
I think Imp Solid A, they've kind of just imped around this season.
That's a pretty good description for it.
Let's see, who's next? We have the Fiji Frogs?
Arizona
OTs.
Arizona OTs, okay.
I say that they're in D tier above the Ducks. Or even below the Ducks.
I'd put them below us.
I think
I'd put them below, personally.
I think lower D tier or E tier is where
I would agree with that.
I think low D, personally.
I think low D. If everything's clicking on that team, I think they'll do just fine. They have the talent.
Also,
they have Aurora and DPS.
The main tank kind of scary.
No, he's not.
I don't know what you're talking about. That guy's watching his ego's too big.
And plus, he plays Diva, so he's going to play main tank. GG.
Okay, now we got the Fiji Frogs, who should be an E tier, I think.
F for Frog.
I
think they go.
Change the F tier to a PH, and then that's the Frogs tier right now.
Could we put a PH tier between D and E? And that's just the Frog zone.
I like this plan.
They're literally the Chengdu Hunters of this league right
It's just
now.
the frogs I'm
You know, you do need like the bright, obnoxious green for that, though. Like, not gonna lie.
PH.
Perfect.
PH is also in chemistry based, so this is a good ranking for the frogs if you're thinking about it.
That's a base ranking. That's a base ranking. Now we got the Pokahara Pushins.
Okay,
think
Low
okay.
B.
I'll take A tier. A tier.
I
think an A
I
tier.
think they're better
Really?
than
I'd
MS
say
guys
B.
by a lot.
I think they're high B. I don't know if they can slip in the imps tier just yet.
I think
that they beat the Skies definitely without Fancy, right? But that's part of the point. Is we're going
Fancy
kind
they
of at peak.
3-1.
I don't think they 3-1. I think it'd be
I
at
do.
5.
I think they 3-1 easily.
I think at least 3 maps.
I think they either high B or low A tier.
I am very high on the Pushins. I think they're by far the second best team in the league right now.
I think we just stick them in B because I think that's what most of us have.
We can
said,
stick them
but-
high B, but then we can
Yeah,
move them
high
in
B.
later, pending.
Yeah, I think
always-
high B is a
They
good
are
thing.
over
for them.
Skies, so that's the one thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think you can put them
Well,
in
we're
the
kind
same
of doing
tier
that
as the
whole
Imps.
order, so yeah, from left to
I
right.
think my
Yeah,
furiously
we can't put any team in
one-sided
5.5 with the
rivalry
imps right now, is
making
what-
me a bit clouded here in my thought process. Apparently,
What are you
I
clouded
love
about?
clouds.
Okay, I got Donald.
GG.
L.
Real sad.
F. Okay, who do we have next?
The troubling trout, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
E or D?
I think they're D. I'd say above OTs in my
I think if they're
yeah,
peaking,
I
they're
think that
in
they're
D
like
tier.
just above
also
frogs, so
say-
low D.
Low D?
Granted, we won't know truly until the match tonight. Ooh, just for
Ooh,
the, when we're
why?
recording this. Ooh.
Way to date this
Woo.
video, man.
Editor's note.
Hey, let's put it this way, right? Wags is going to come down with fire and fury if we don't mention the time of when this happened. If they end up like,
It doesn't matter if they beat the
match.
trout. They're going to be in frog tier. It doesn't matter what they're going to do.
They're just
That's
gonna
also
stay
true.
in
No,
frog
but he's
tier.
saying that the trout should be lower.
They can win the championship. I'll still put them in frog tier.
Like
All right,
either way, I think
understandable.
like objectively, the frogs probably are gonna still be like low D. So like, why not just have a special tier? You know, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
now.
Also, keep in mind they did lose Bunny, so they are just stuck with a 6-man roster.
But that 6-man
Yeah.
roster is also their best roster.
Yeah, I would agree
Yeah,
with that
not wrong.
personally.
It's still
I
like
think
they're
Zucchini's been
kind of in a
swagging
stuck
out.
spot. So it's
Zucchini and Lifkey are kind of swagging out of their gourds.
Literal
Yeah.
cock torture, man.
True.
All right, we
Speaking
move
of
on.
cock torture, the whales.
Whales.
the whales. Okay, the whales looked good against the Skies for 2 maps.
But they
I'm
haven't looked
so
good
mad
They
we lost.
figured
rest
out
of the
double
season.
shield, baby, and then they stopped doing that.
And
Okay,
then they
Baby.
fell over.
can we put them? I'd say above OTs. That's my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not really high on the OTs, but I think they're below Ducks.
Not very
that's
high
for
on the
sure.
OTs either,
Honestly,
but I'm
I'm in
anti-bias.
favor of that. I'd go with that too.
I'd say
I think
below
just the
Ducks for sure.
strong showing that they had against the Skies when the Skies
2
had
maps.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Like-
The thing is,
biggest
though,
problem is you're going off of a 1-match sample size.
Yeah.
'cause
I mean,
otherwise,
no, not even a 1 match, a 2-map sample size. Because you're at 3 maps, it looked like
To
not good.
I mean, that's
to
true.
be fair,
Yeah.
this is like the time that they ran their most double shield, which I think is their best comp.
It was also a hard counter comp to what the MS guys are good at until they
That is
adapted
true.
and played not Sombra. So
That's why I for sure want to put them below Ducks because I think Ducks would roll them. Actually, would
See,
they roll
you say
them?
that, but we got rolled by them in scrims. But we also
Honestly-
just
yeah,
talked about
scrims, they totally
Yeah,
matter.
Scrim Bucks, Scrim
Mhm.
Bucks.
Dude, the
I feel-
Kawakas are a
I
top 3
feel
team.
like-
They went even against the Cantaloupes in scrims twice.
yeah, I'm just saying the Kerbology Reinhardt goes kind of hard as the OTs.
Do we wanna
Not
move
as
any
hard
of
as
these-
the Kerbology Cassidy though.
Do we
It
wanna
did
move
get
any
one
of these-
final blow.
Do we want to move any of these teams into E? Like the Trout or the OTs?
I, think
I
we could
don't-
conceivably move.
I think
them.
that there's other teams in the history that have just been worse.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
think the Trout are E
That's
tier.
also true.
I think they just have too much talent of the Trout to
Alright,
be E
so
tier.
then we should be moving on to season
Season
5.
5.
right?
Mm.
Yeah.
So the teams for this season, we got the Athens Axolotls, the Bermuda Bandits, Hamburg Huns, the Gorp Gamer Syndicate, Honolulu Hamsters, the Canto
I think
Jackalopes.
start from the bottom and go up for
Start from the
season
bottom?
5. So bottom team was the Hamburg Hoons.
Oh,
Tier.
the Hamburg Coons.
F tier.
Yeah, I think they
E
just
tier,
have to
yeah.
F tier.
Yeah.
Sorry.
South Korea kittens.
Cursed.
Cursed.
Cursed
Yeah.
tier.
Part of the curse, yeah.
Yep.
Understand.
Well, by
that-
that same
I think they're less
logic,
cursed.
the Hoons could
They're,
also
They're
they're
less
less
cursed
cursed,
than
so
the cats.
higher in the cursed tier.
yeah, higher in the
Yeah.
cursed.
Yeah. I feel like with BBQ just leaving the first round pick, that's just
That was
cursed.
probably the most cursed, yeah.
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 All right, the Bermuda Bandits.
Also F
You
tier,
put
I
an F
think.
tier, yeah.
They're a higher
Mm.
F tier, yeah.
Higher
they
F
had
tier.
their
Higher F.
upset win versus the Axolotls, and
Which
that
wasn't
was
really an upset win.
Hey, Frobble Hog. Okay, all right, we'll get to that. We don't have the Frobble tier on this list, but we'll get to
Yeah.
that.
Bermuda Bandits.
I will say
both
the
agreed a bunch.
Bandits looked a lot better later in the season once they
GB
picked up Ribero as free agent.
Well, they ended up getting 3-0'd by Nekos, which
Yeah.
Nekos
Which
Um,
Neko's like A tier,
Nekos
so
And then
kinda
they
quirky.
didn't make the postseason as a
Yeah.
result.
I don't
Yeah.
Speaking of the Nekos, E tier?
E tier. I think
Yeah.
the Nekos had a lot of talent. It just didn't show up. So I think I put E tier.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
agree with that.
It was part
It's
of the
Trey's fault.
Charbotron development experiment. I think Charbotron's doing a lot better this season.
Oh,
It's gotten a lot better.
Sonic Coronic did very well, I think, but it's also
Sonic
doing a
Coronic,
lot
like,
As a
better
free
this
agent,
season.
yeah.
Yeah, turned around that team a little bit, but our only wins were against the Huns and Bandits, so I don't think you can go higher. So
These guys
Yeah,
really out
definitely
here
can't
taking
go
dubs
higher.
against the biggest
Honolulu-
opponents.
hey,
We-
we 3-0'd both them, so
The Honolulu Hamsters. This is a team that, man, their wins are against the Kittens, the Hoons, and the Nekos. This is
This is almost frog tier.
Okay, I think
almost froggy.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm gonna refrain because I was on this team.
I think when you look at the Hamsters objectively, they were actually
I
a
think
fairly good team on paper. It just
this
didn't
team
come
had
together.
good potential, but they couldn't scrim because Randy wasn't able to play
and they're
Overwatch
very
during the week.
one-dimensional.
And yeah, they were pretty one-dimensional. If Cabra was on anything other than ball, then that was a wrap, you know. And this is when teams started to play double shield instead of just running rush all the time. So I think if they joined in like a season earlier, they could have looked a lot better. But
I would say honestly D tier above the Trout.
I'd honestly say they're similar to the Frogs just in general. That's how
I mean, that's why I said frog tier, but we
Yeah.
can't have anything else in
Yeah.
frog
can't
tier
have
aside
anything
from
else.
frog.
in Frog.
Yeah,
And like
that's
that is where we
sacrilegious.
would put the Frogs. I definitely agree with this, even as somebody on the team. So
Yeah, I'd say a little bit above Trout.
I'd say above Trout, below OTs.
Yep.
Because we want to know what happened to the face OTs. Riley would play Diva.
I just want to make a quick comment. I feel like the start for the Hamsters was a bit rough, but definitely towards the later half of the season.
Map
be
5
fair-
against the Kittens, then they played the Cantaloupes, the Axolotls, and the Hawks, and then they played the Hoons and the Nekos, and I don't think they didn't make playoffs, right?
No, we made playoffs.
They did
we
make
made
playoffs.
and
They
got
lost
knocked
to the
off.
Cantaloupes, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
But I feel
They-
like as soon as we were able to start VOD reviewing, it really started helping our team.
yeah, you guys never
Yeah.
played any mid teams. You just kind of played like the
Yeah.
top
Oh, yeah,
end
we
and
know.
the dumpster.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Yeah.
The
GG.
gatekeepers.
Makes it very hard to judge a lot of teams when it's
The
kind of like
gamers
that.
should be
I think
next, I believe.
the current
Orb
slot's pretty
Gamer
reasonable.
Syndicate. This is
Oh,
a solid
boy.
low C team in my opinion.
At their peak, yes.
At their peak,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Before League of Legends.
Yes. Oh
yes.
before League of Legends started sniping their players away. I think there's a lot of skill on that team. A lot of individual skill.
If they actually tried, I think they would have been at least like a mid B team, but they didn't try towards the end, and I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah.
So what was their peak? I have no idea.
They
I
went
think
to map 5 against the Bandits. Like, I don't think.
God,
they
looking
really-
at their team, I think that they're probably at the same level as the Anglers. I don't know if I could say like above or below. Maybe
I'm-
like if
I'd
they're
say a
trying
little bit
above,
below.
probably, but like I don't know. Bonesy kind of does things, so I'd probably
Bonesy kinda
below.
just becomes Bonesy and just does a lot.
I think their
This was
tank
still
line will
part
get
of Mikey's
punished.
wash arc.
Yeah, I think
for
you gotta
the
put them
2
below the
seasons.
Anglers personally.
Yeah, I think like that's currently good. Now we got the Ringers, the semifinalists that looked best they looked best against the Hawks and no one else.
Yeah.
What you're talking about? They did good against the Koakas in that postseason match.
Okay,
I gotta
we're
be
gonna-
honest,
we're gonna
I'd probably
talk about
put him
the
in like
Quackers later.
D. Like,
I don't-
you cannot
mm,
put
On
them
their
in B.
peak?
No,
No,
no.
I
No.
think
okay.
no. I think the ringers go between the anglers and the gamers. I think the anglers are better than the ringers.
I think when you look at the strengths of both the teams, which is the main tank and the DPS, the main tank and DPS both go in favor of the anglers personally.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I love
feel like-
Poke and Logan. So cool.
Because Logan will go Genji,
Guys?
and then Bones would go
and-
something that kills Genji, and then he'd
And then
do
the
nothing.
Hefe
So.
free agent. The Hefe free
I
agent.
feel like
coming
the
out.
Heifer free agent was absolutely massive for that team.
The boss.
The boss himself. But I do feel like
I also feel like they were ahead of the curve because they were playing like Brig Anna all the time with like
Yeah.
Winston comp. And I think that just is good. I don't know. Marco never died on Brig. I don't know if you guys ever played against him and tried to like kill Marco. He never died on Brig.
I didn't play against them.
I never played him.
Never played against him.
Yeah, there you go.
4 bye week or didn't play 4 teams or something like that. Anyways.
Yep.
Next team. What do we have? We have
Quokkas.
Quokkas. I think this is a D tier team.
What a
I
disgusting
also
team to
agree.
rank. I agree. D tier.
D
We're-
tier.
They're
we're in
probably the
D.
most average
D.
team there is.
I
D
I
or
would
above
be
the
low
Ducks.
D. I would say low D because they did beat our
Look at
team
their
in a map 5,
Look
right?
at their schedule. They beat the Bandits, the
Yeah.
Neckos, the
they're either
Kittens, and the Hoons.
they're either bottom D or top E.
I think
I'd honestly
I think
say
top E, I'm not gonna lie.
I'd put him in D tier because if Rusty, Goomba, and Jack, I can't put him in E tier.
Yeah, I'd say bottom.
At their
D.
peak, bottom D.
That's
If
true.
everybody was just
I keep
fragging out of their
forgetting that we're
mind.
going by peak for these.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just
like going
so-
by peak personally.
Okay,
But
so should we just go by average then?
Why are we putting him? Wait, okay, maybe I'm a bit confused here. Why are we putting him below the Hamsters? Someone
Because
help me
they
out
never
with that.
played the Hamsters.
Yeah.
I think
Because
Hamsters
who did you
are
beat,
so-
Riley? Who did you beat, Riley? Please list that name of teams you beat for me and show them where they are in the
Three
band.
teams that they beat, but we had a better map differential than they did in them.
You played
Well,
so many worse teams.
You're so poggers. You 3-0'd the Huns. You're so good, man.
You guys
What do
have
you
the
want, a
map-
cookie?
Okay, so again, I'm just saying, why are we lower than the team that we did better against the same teams that they?
No.
Pete.
You guys did worse against the Neckos. You guys went to map 5 against the Neckos. They went to map 4
Bring
against the
out the
Neckos. while
kittens.
throwing.
That was week 1.
That was also week 1, yeah.
I think your team would have done better in week. Whatever.
I mean, BBQ kind
That's
of.
the only time that I have
Because
any bias to
BBQ.
have them be better than one team.
I think
Thank you,
bottom D
Paige.
tier.
Yeah.
I think you should move Trout above Hamsters personally, but
Yeah.
I
I
think
would
that makes this list look better.
I would agree if the Trout are above the Hamsters because when you look at the
think-
Trout, they have a
Ye-
very if you actually play their double bubble comp, which is their best comp, I think they beat the Hamsters.
I think either way, it's really close between the last like 3 teams in D. So yeah,
I like this better than before personally.
that's fair.
All right, next we should have the Athens Axolotls, the team that no one thought would do anything, and somehow they ended up 3rd.
I still don't think they did anything.
Yeah.
They got This team was really weird. They lost to the Bandits.
They
and then
they-
otherwise
they-
just beat a bunch of bad teams. I don't know.
They beat the Gamers in the first round of playoffs.
Okay, that was
They beat the
after
gamers that we already discussed as not trying.
And then
yes.
they lost to the Cantaloupes. So I think
Absolutely.
I'd honestly put him right next to the Ducks.
I think they're
That
above
team
I think
reminds me
they're
of the
above
Ducks
the
a lot.
Ducks.
Well, right above the
Ducks.
Ducks, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right above
Yeah.
the Ducks.
The Frubble tier.
That sounds good to me.
He dominates the
Frubble
D tier. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
real dog, we get it. You beat the Gorps Gamer Syndicate, but we again established they weren't trying. So stop putting a curse over them.
Is it Hawk
Let's
team?
go on to the
Now
next
we're
team.
going to the
Nope,
Kanto
no.
Cantaloupes.
Canto Cantaloupes.
Is this our first entry into the S, or are we saying that they're still in
they're
the
A
A?
tier.
High A,
Yeah.
very high A.
High A. All
High
right.
A.
Dude, above the Imps.
Imps.
Really?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think they beat us.
Team won 24
They
straight maps
literally didn't drop a map after week 1. What do you mean?
Hey,
until the
We've
final.
only dropped
Okay,
one map
okay.
too.
Okay. How much do you want to take into account them running their illegal roster?
That was their worst lineup of the two.
That's true.
I don't know how often they run
I
it.
think I'm not as high in our team compared to other people, so I would put
You-
them above us.
You have to take into account here. Invictus won't be able to do anything because Bonesy will be on tank, so he'll get shut down by Bonesy because he can actually shut things down on tank. And then
I probably roll Shifty. I'll say that.
yes, I agree.
I roll
I-
Shifty. Bonesy wins off tank duel by a lot.
Corey
Invictus, he
plays
can-
Pocket Ash, so he like counters the Tor just put damage, so they're 1-for-1. And then at that
support
point,
line, they just have a little bit better, I think. Actually, do that. Flex support, they have better main support, probably.
it's a very even team,
very
but
close. It's very
Bonesy diff.
close. Yeah,
Bonesy diff.
I just
Bonesy diff.
put
Bonesy
stake
moments.
into the Bonesy.
And also, you got to take
Bonesy
into account
diff.
this team scrimmed like 15 times a week, so they're gonna have a counter strategy. The Torbjorn, I'm
Hey.
sorry, Bonesy will figure it out.
We went
You'll be
even with a
prepared.
Masters team in a scrim.
For some with a ringer. But given the ringer was the boss himself though.
Yeah. The
It's just
boss for Zeus.
a lot better than Zeus. So
Wow. I hate my team.
Dude, wow.
All
okay.
right, we have one
uh,
last team.
The Hawks.
Saint
Ah.
Michael Hawks.
Oh no,
Top of C, bottom of B, top of B. I don't know.
I'd say bottom
Top-
of B. Top B.
I'd
Top
They're
of
in
B.
I'd say in B.
I'd say
They're
top of
indecent,
B.
but
solidly in B. I'd say bottom as well. I think the
they're
Skies
better
are
than the
better.
Skies.
They're
I think the other
Uh,
I think
the
the
Hawks
I-
The
are better.
Hawks are better than
The Hawks are better than
I
the
think the Hawks
Skies.
are better.
Really?
Yeah,
So
I
much
don't.
better. The Hawks
I
are
don't
so
know.
much better.
I'm judging it
As
purely
someone who
based
is
on
on-
Randy. I'm not gonna lie. I love Randy.
The Hawks are so much
Okay.
better though.
Jamie,
Think about it this way, right? You have Randy and Fancy,
Mhm.
right, on the Skies. But on the Hawks, you had Invictus, Fancy, and there was something else about it. Wait a
HV's
second. What
actually
did I
kind of
have?
good.
HV's on
Yeah,
DPS.
HV's on
Yeah,
DPS.
HV's on
Yeah, that's
DPS.
fair.
Yeah,
That's
you have
Jamie-
Randy on a horse. Like
Randy's on a horse.
Yeah, he's
That's
not
epic!
playing he's not playing an epic
Okay,
fairy
that's fair.
character,
That's
you
fair.
know.
I've been persuaded.
he has 6,000
Someone-
damage in a map. Holy cow!
Wow.
Invictus has 25,000. They're so close.
As someone who is on both the Hawks and the Pushins, I can tell you the Hawks are better than the Pushins.
Wait.
I agree because I think just fancy diff.
I think the Hawks are
tank
also a
there.
lot more flexible than I think we
Yes.
ended up giving them
That's
credit
true.
for because they didn't need to play other comps for most of the season.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's fine with them. So next season, season 4.
Yeah.
Going to season 4. Do you want to do bottom up or do you want to do top down?
Let's do top down this time. So
All right.
Galactic Water Bears.
Oh, I
It's
almost
a
put
tough
them
one.
above the Hawks because they're like the best of both worlds.
Okay, let's go through the roster. Papa Triste, Akua, Trey, HV, Shifty, Boschke,
Okay,
Withering.
wait. Are we going based on peaks or average now?
I have no idea.
Because if we're going based on peak, you put Pelicans above us. However, I think if you're going on average, you put us at a little bit above St. Michael Hawks. In my opinion.
I think
the
factor in
Water
the fact
Bears
that the Pelicans
were-
won a championship over the Water Bears. Personally,
Yeah, but they only did good in the playoffs, right? So if you're going based on
they were
peak,
Yeah.
second
for
seed.
sure.
What?
They did.
Were
They
they?
did
I
better.
lied.
Yeah, they did.
They were
They were
second
6-1
seed and
in
they
the second
3-0'd
seed,
both
yeah.
of their matches leading up to finals.
No, they. Oh yeah, that's fair. Actually, yeah, I could agree with that. I think a major issue with the Water Bears, which is why you don't put them as high, is because I refuse to play my roles.
True.
Ashi
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, so I would say put Galactic Water
moment.
Bears lower.
I think in between the Hawks and Pushins. I feel like the DPS line of just Trey and Akua. If
I
we
refuse to
could
play DPS most of the time.
I mean,
so-
sometimes you did play DPS.
When you did, we're
Yeah,
going
when
on.
you did.
I'm taking into
when you
account
did,
that.
when you did, your team won. I mean,
Yeah.
so if you're doing it like that, I
Yeah.
think if you're not on DPS,
Only
you're a
loss
C tier
during the
team.
regular season was to the Falkland Phoenix.
We know the reason to that.
Tyler.
Smile, Trey.
I wonder.
And then they
I
won the
wonder.
Thanksgiving
Interesting.
Throwdown.
With the reverse sweep over the USSR Unicorns.
Okay, Pelicans.
Bottom of A.
Bottom A.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can.
I could see it.
I think this could get moved depending on how the imps finish, but honestly, I think given the trajectory of that team, I think they'll end up being better than the Pelicans in the long
I don't
run.
know why. I feel like I like St. Michael Hawks more than the Pelicans personally.
I
I
do
think the
as
Hawks
well.
match
I
up
feel like
better against the Pelicans.
Yeah,
I
I think
feel-
Hawks should
I
beat
f-
Pelicans by a
I
lot.
feel like having Simeon DPS and Sky main tank just on
Well,
horse
Lost
is
Silver
just
played DPS too a bunch.
yeah. It's just
Personally, I would
having
put Hawks up to A and Pelicans at top of B. That's what I would do.
I remember this team traded Sky for Transflect in the
that is true.
playoffs.
Mm.
But wait, who played Orisa then?
Good question.
They played a lot of more Brawl. I remember Wags being on Ryan a lot.
They
In
went
the
through
playoffs.
Super Hog
Your
as
team,
well.
they played Ninja Drew Tank, I believe, or Sibian Sigma with Wags Hog.
Okay,
To
that
beat
like
us.
that sounds already a lot better than what they did in the regular season.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
personally, I'd put Hawks though into low A and Pelicans to
Yeah,
top B.
I think.
I
could
think if we
honestly-
look at it between both these two teams, I think Fancy will have shut down Wags on Hog. And
Yeah,
that was a Pelicans win condition every single time.
I could
and-
also just see moving the Pelicans down to B in
No.
general.
I think we can move
Probably.
the Hawks up. I think the
I think
Hawks
I'd be fine moving
the Hawks in their
top of A.
season, if we're being honest with ourselves, they should have won, but they just started scrimming for the Cantaloupes a week early and they lost to the Ringers. So
I literally do not remember this happening, but apparently the Jericho Jackalopes, which was my team, and if you looked at my team, you would understand why I'm confused by this. Apparently, we went to map 5 against the Pelicans. at
your
one
team was
point.
epic.
Yeah.
You had Yeetmeister.
Yeah, you had Meister. You were
The
so
Pelicans
strong.
had a habit of kind of playing badly and then putting in their good lineup and reverse sweeping teams.
Pelicans had the habit of playing
They went to
Wags
map
DPS
5
and Victor's
against
tank for the
Boom,
first 2 maps, and they swapped the two, and then
Hydro
they'd
homies.
win.
There's some interesting stuff going on here in the regular season, if I'm being honest with you.
They played a
Yeah.
lot of maps.
I don't know.
They did
But-
play a lot of maps, yes.
They played a lot of maps.
I'd say Pelicans to top B personally. That's
Ooh,
my-
in-game event, Fall Guys and Halo. Let's
Holy!
Oh my.
Okay.
guys.
So we're good with this for those top 2 then.
I'd agree with that. Yeah.
And we got the I think this is
Put me in
Nuttyr's
cursed.
quote. The worst third team in Gopherwatch
me in
League
cursed.
history. Don't nope, you don't deserve to be cursed. I think Fenix
Auckland Fenix.
middle D tier.
Wait, Fenix
Put
were
me
ranked
in
high?
cursed.
The Fenix were
They were
third in the
third in the
league.
regular
Three.
season.
They were
Finished
the
with the
3rd
3
seed
seed.
somehow.
Then they lost to the Singers in
lose to
map
the
5.
like-
Seekers, sorry, in map 5. This was
I
I'll be
think-
honest with you, I don't remember
Okay,
anything
I'm not
about
gonna
this
say
team.
it.
Say
I'm not
it.
gonna say it, but the win against the Waterbears doesn't really count for as much. But
Yeah, there were
for
some
reasons.
behind the scenes things that were going on.
They beat the Water Bears and then
We
didn't
just
play
talked about.
the
We
two
just said we don't
teams
include
below.
that.
Yeah, they beat
You
the
don't
Water
include
Bears, so I think S tier for the Fenix, honestly.
I still
All
I
right,
say
there's a reason I'm saying put us in cursed is because half of the time my
You
team
can't no
was-
No, you
we're
can't
not doing
put yourself in
as a
cursed
sort of,
here.
like,
No,
mystical
no,
below
no.
frog
We say
zone.
it.
That's not how
How
curse
do people
works.
say about top D, bottom C?
no. I say
I don't
middle
think
D.
it's fair.
I
to
say
say
middle D.
that.
I think
Middle
we're
D.
below the
I
I think
Axolotls.
you guys are right above the whales.
No. I think they're between the whales and the OTs.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
That's fair
thinking.
for me.
Yeah,
I'm good
I
with
like
that.
That's where they belong.
JB
Very
be like,
scared
yeah,
of
my
where the
team sucked.
Seekers
GG,
end
this is a
up
good
being here.
spot.
Oh yeah, I know. It's okay. I'll keep
Okay.
saying it.
The Highland Hydro homies.
Probably,
this is-
probably right below the Fenix or right above them. We're pretty
think,
damn close with them. That'd be my opinion.
I think above the Ducks.
Recall this team
Maybe-
suffered a lot from this really weird situation where they refused to put their better tank player on tank.
Yeah.
Am I remembering this correctly, Booney?
Yes.
Who was this tank player?
Fancy, and they had Thick Boy on tank.
Oh, right. Yeah, put it. I forgot. I played Fancy on that team. Okay, yeah, put me above Ducks.
I think that's reasonable.
I think that's
If we
fair,
had
yeah.
Fancy on tank, me and him would go
But
hard.
the,
in the
pro-
paint.
the problem was that you had him on DPS and you had Thick Boy on tank for
Well,
over half your season.
Would we go if we're going off that? Would we even go above the Axolotls because we just have Fancy on Hog Defrobble?
We're going to average now, right? Is that
I
what
I
we
think
decided?
average. Yeah.
We're looking at average for this team instead of peak, I guess. But this team didn't really have much of a peak. They went to map 5 against the Unicorns in playoffs and lost. They didn't really have good win. They had the same problem that a lot of these mid-tier teams have, where they don't have like good wins over teams because they never really played mid-tier teams. They only played like
The
bottom,
top and the bottom.
Yeah, top or bottom.
I think either above. I think they have to be right next to the Ducks on either.
I
team.
will say all their losses were map 5.
Yeah.
But this team also went to map 5 against the Jackalopes. Dude, the Jackalopes are not a good team. How are so many teams going to map 5 against them? What the
People
fuck?
that
I mean,
didn't want to
it's-
counter
it's
Sombra.
Yeah.
They also went
I
to
guess.
map 4 versus both the Boom and the Ox. So
I like them where they're at personally.
Okay.
I think they're
we good
they're
with that?
in the fine spot. Then yeah,
USSR Unicorns, a team that did
Current.
bad in regular season, but did good in
the
tournaments.
playoffs.
The playoff clutch
The
gene,
playoff
honestly, from this
clutch,
team.
dude. Oh my god, so much
Bottoms-
clutch
I think
potential.
bottom C.
Another
I'd
nuttier
agree.
purple Jesus
honest, I'd agree.
success. Oh my god.
Success story.
I think right below the Ringers, right? Because the Ringers did a more clutch thing in the playoffs, right? By
Yeah, Ringers were
beating the
more
one
clutch.
seed when it counted,
And I think the
as
Gorp
opposed
Gamer
to
Syndicate
They're
Troll.
probably above Gork if they. I think
Yeah,
even a
they're
Gorp
probably
try, I think they're still below them because Purple Jesus would just shut down.
How did this
Seth?
team lose map 5 against the Ox?
wait, so are we
Uh,
going based
we
on
did a little
average or based
trolling.
on
Yeah,
peak?
can
I
we-
don't know.
definitively decide this.
I
Oh, we're
don't
doing-
know.
We really do need to
Sloppy.
decide this because if
Okay.
we're going based on average, I don't think the Ringers should be as high.
Executive call average across the entire season.
I mean, if we just do average, they're basically just ranking their standings.
Not necessarily.
Not really.
Okay, we're not. Okay, how about this? We go off of where we objectively think that team should be.
And then we buff them based on their peak.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's
I like
fair.
that because I don't think
Yeah.
you can just include peak because like if somebody has like an amazing game, you know.
Whoa.
What? I said fudge. Not
True.
really. I said F you.
No way! I hate the imps.
Now we're PG-13.
Ah,
we get
Frickle
one.
Dickle.
We get one.
Okay, I think, okay, so that's basically it. It might change later how we do it, but
I honestly looking at that would be where I'd put them for doing that anyway. I think they're a D tier team, but with their peak included, I think they moved to that C tier.
Okay, Singapore Seekers. Are we
Seems
gonna
weird.
put another team in D tier?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
D
I
is
mean,
just
D tier
so-
seems to be like the average team, you know.
D
Yeah.
tier just average, and this team was like the pinnacle of average.
Did Rory play tank? Oh yeah,
They
had
did
two
a
mid
good
tank
job of
players.
beating mid-tier teams during the regular season. That was.
It was
kind of,
Mikey and Roar diff a lot of the time,
Yeah.
and this
Whenever-
team just had a lot of scheduling issues, from what I remember.
I think above the whales, right?
I
recently put them there above ducks.
put them
I
below the
think that-
Ducks.
yeah,
I
was
think
gonna say
right
the
there is
same.
fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, the bunches. What the heck was this team?
This team was bottom of E tier or top of F tier, if anything.
This team was really bad until they picked up Scent, and then they finished the season 3-1.
Woohoo!
Against like
summary.
some solid teams, right? I'd say like
Yeah, they beat the
bottom.
unicorns and they beat the seekers.
Falklands Unicorn Seekers.
They
so
beat us when we were doing some creative.
I'd say bottom D, like close to the bottom of D.
I'd put top E. I'm not gonna.
I'd go top E too if we're
I'd be fine with
going.
top E.
I think
Because even if
top
we're
E,
going
yeah.
off their peak, including their average, it still wasn't like mind-boggling
yeah.
change. It was just they stopped trolling
No,
with like Corey
I
on
want
tank.
Echoes above them. Sorry, everyone. No.
Oh, he's
Alright.
got an
Nah.
argument to lay out here for us.
The
He's got a
base-
Yo, it's
presentation.
the base team, best team name ever. Let's go.
Argument. I can't think of a good one.
Oh, Stockholm Syndromes, yeah, F tier.
Yeah.
See, if we're
Yeah.
going on logos, it might be like way higher, like probably S, but like
if we're going off logos, they're in cursed.
I agree.
Hey, you want to see? Here's some funny things. Stockholm Syndromes beat Oaks, Phoenix, and Jackalopes.
Yep.
So not really good team, but like
I think if we do that, then we're top of E.
Oh no, are you guys in the frog tier? Oh no.
Never run a comp above 3K. Let's go.
I think you guys are
I'm
top of.
This
I think
team's
you're.
like low E.
I think you're. I
I
think
they're
they're.
low E.
I think
yeah.
you beat the Bandits, but I don't think you beat the Neckos.
I think they're below the Neckos because the Neckos just have higher SR average.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I love SR.
Yeah, we roll up with a 2600 average roster into the Neckos, who is a GM team aside from one bronze player. Like,
All right, and then we got the Bengali Boom, the team in which 3 people
Oh,
on that team
no.
wondered why I didn't rank them the best team in the league for some reason.
I want to put them in F tier only because I said F after they lost their first game.
Yeah.
Bengali Boom.
I think that's fair.
I think
I
Bengali
agree.
Boom should be top of F tier or even middle of F.
I think Bandits would beat them, to be honest.
I think top F is a solid spot, honestly.
Yeah.
I think
I need
top
to,
F
let me look back at
because-
the Bandits here
Okay,
just to
wait,
make
they
sure that
did
I'm
beat the
ranking things
Syndromes and
properly
Oaks.
here.
They beat
They
the
beat
Syndromes and
they beat the
Oaks.
Syndromes because of Jack's ability to play flyers.
Yeah.
And they have Boom 10-11. I think it's a solid. It's the top of F tier. And that's not saying much, but I think it's the top of F tier.
Yeah,
They're better than
I think they're better
teams.
than the Bandits.
Okay.
Jericho Jackalopes. This is like a bottom F tier team, yet somehow they went to map 5 in like half their losses and beat the
I think
Seekers
they're
in
Okay,
week
if you
1.
look at their
they're
roster,
better than the
right?
Hoons.
They don't have a bad roster.
Yeah.
They don't really have a bad roster.
The biggest
issue is
problem
the
that this
DPS.
team had was that there was never DPS follow up. It felt like.
Well, you
Wow.
guys don't
You
have
would
to.
say that. I think there's a tank problem.
Yeah, that's a tank problem.
Yeah, it is a
Okay,
tank problem.
you guys
It's
had
me and
great-
Yeetmeister. It's not like we got to start off tank here either.
You guys
No
got like
way.
great tank lineup, good support lineup, and then
Sly also wasn't on that team by the end of it.
This team is
Yeah.
basically the Bandits. That's the same problem the Bandits had. But I think the Bandits would win.
I think the
I
Bandits would
think the
beat them.
Bandits have better.
Yeah.
They just have better chances to win because I think they had one better DPS player or something.
I think they're better than the Huns.
They're better than the Hoons, but they're below the Bandits.
Yeah. That's it for next season.
Season 3, baby.
Season 3.
Let's start from the bottom again because we're going through the alternating.
Yep,
Alright,
the
alright, I'm down.
ringers. Or no, the rinse wins. They go in
Oh, wait,
curse
yeah,
too.
are we-
No, no, no,
Rince
no, 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 no.
Rince
There's another tier below Curse. It's just Toad Frobble. Put him there.
Okay,
No
okay,
problem.
okay.
Add disbanded tier.
Do the gear row
No,
below.
just add Frobble tier.
No, it's Frobble tier. Put Frobble there.
Yeah.
Just drop the ringer diff. Name it ringer diff.
Wags. Wags Boom
Wags
Zone.
diff. Wags diff.
Booms diff.
Yeah, it sucks too because this team
Honestly,
could have been good.
This team was
but-
really
It
good.
was so good for when it was actually playing.
Frost Belt.
Like if we're looking at when it was actually playing, I'd probably put it like C maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Donkar.
But
Yeah, but
sad.
don't car. League of Legends
Yeah,
booming.
Yeah, league struck them, dude.
Leagues plus
Okay.
wag struck them hard.
All right, Plymouth
Plymouth.
PMAs. This.
Oh.
Oh
Oh,
God.
If this team, I think another one joins the F tier personally, but
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
where?
their win was it was a week 1 map 6 win over the Djibouti
Wow.
Shorts, and they did not win after that.
Yeah.
No, they won one more game, didn't
The
they?
Rinse wins.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah, never
sorry,
mind.
they did beat the disbanded Rinse wins. I forgot about that.
Also, let's take a gander at that minus 13 map diff.
They lost to the London Lumberjack Slams. They lost to the Gaming Golems before.
And
they had
that's
their
end of the
open
season,
roster.
Lumberjack Slams. That's a good clarification to make.
They lost against the TAC. I don't think you can put them above F.
I think they're worse than
I think they're worse
Definitely
than
F tier.
Jackalopes.
worse than the Jackalopes. Oh my.
Hey, the other thing we have to keep in mind is that Invictus was on tank.
If they did
Yeah.
have a Kua, I put them below the Hoons actually, but with the Kua, they're going to be above the Hoons.
Yeah.
True, Akua
Yeah,
came in to
that's
save
true.
them.
If they
after-
didn't have a
after
Kua, they
Yay.
would have been
left.
possibly the worst team ever made.
Okay. Right there, yeah.
Wait,
Then we
who did I
have the
take off this
Slams.
game?
This team had such a good start, man.
Lambs started off really well, and
Yo.
then it started going bad. And then they
Then Twitch
did
chat happened.
this epic BBQs trade, and
There was the issue that occurred, and then the BBQ trade, and then hey,
I'm pretty
they
sure
beat the
this was one of the
PMAs.
teams that actually legitimately beat the Rinse wins,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yes, in like the first week, I think.
Yeah,
I think
because
you
the
put
Rinse
them-
wins started off 0-2, then they started.
I think
heating
you
up,
put
and
them
they got
bottom of
very
E,
good.
I think you put him just above Bang or Boom, just like F tier, top of F tier.
top of F. I
That's
can
fair,
see that.
yeah.
Does anyone have the playoff bracket for season 3? Because it's not
Riddle
on the
should.
website.
Riddle, do you want to pull that up really quick?
Oh
No,
my
he
god, it
doesn't.
was a challenge. Was a challenge link.
Yeah.
Season 4,
They
season
lost 3 out
3.
of the tacos, yeah.
Oh Jesus, man. They beat the PMAs. Good for them. And then they lost to the Bilbies. Okay.
Hey, shout out to the Gremlins though.
Yo,
We're-
Okay, next team, the Shorts.
I see this so
Logo,
difficult to write.
logo S tier. Actual team
Oh, yeah.
probably bottom of D, top E tier.
So this is a tough one because their peak was definitely the beginning of the seasons, even though it's still.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd
Oh
agree.
no, no.
Actually,
no,
no, it
no,
was
no.
end of the
Alright, keep
season
in
based
mind,
on
alright,
performance.
season
It was max
1
boom.
Season 1 for most, actually for pretty much all teams, you kind of have to toss it out match
First
1.
weeks, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
went-
season
We
1 really
had
does not account to the
back-to-back
Djibouti Shorts ranking
games.
here.
We had back-to-back games of us being down a player, so we had to find a ringer /
Yeah, we
Well,
also.
no, wait. That's when we weren't able to get
How
a
did you
ringer
guys
because
beat
we
the
had a legal
Gremlins?
roster. If we had to swap
we're
me onto
paid.
DPS,
No, Trey. We beat your team because I'm on that team, and I've never lost to you.
That's true.
BBQs.
okay?
There's some other stuff that was happening.
Oh, don't worry. I'll try to get some of this
Um,
copium too here.
No, I'm legitimately explaining. All right, because
Hey,
I'd say bottom D.
map 5 versus the Bilbies though.
Bottom
and
of
that
D
was
tier.
when we
Bottom
had
D.
Bottom
everybody
D.
off rolling.
But yeah, bottom D tier.
I
I mean,
think that's
also
a fair one.
another thing is we went to map 5 in the playoffs against the Golems.
Yeah,
We have to have it so every team Jamie ever played on is in the D tier.
it's all gonna be in D. Put the rats in D. Put the
Damn,
Rough
rip the
Riders
rats,
in D.
dude.
I peaked in seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, it's all
Okay,
over.
What's the next team?
The Otters. Jesus, man.
Oh,
Man,
Oh.
this team would do so much better if you actually let the people get to their peaks. But this was still a mid diamond Caden. This was a Wags like as he was joining Pizza Pirates.
This was Plat Sky.
Yeah, this is.
This was
Okay,
Plat
he was a little
Sky.
underrated
This
at that
was
point.
Yeah, he was
3-1
under.
Zelos. This was Plat Yeetmeister, who was no Mike pinning into the team 100% of the time.
I think you put him above Shorts. Yeah. All right,
I-
no below Shorts.
Okay, we
I
threw
th- I
out
This team
think-
got some good. Wait, so this team actually got some pretty nice looking wins here. I'm not gonna lie.
We 3-0'd them
they
though.
did.
Yeah, they did get 3-0'd by the Djibouti Shorts. That did happen.
Hey, they 3-0'd the Rinswins, guys.
Oh yeah, guys.
I think if we're doing it,
Hey, they're good at Ilias.
I feel like the Shorts had the better peak, but I feel like overall,
The Otters had a
Otters.
better average performance, so I
Yeah,
put them
yeah.
just above the Shorts.
Yeah, I'd put them literally. Are they better than the Quokkas?
Honestly,
No.
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 Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Tacos. I
Oh,
love
what
tacos.
another-
Not just any tacos, the Tenochtitlan
Okay,
tacos.
remember,
I
tacos
love
did not have
B tier.
Simeon either, so Simeon was not a factor in the league.
I love
I'm not
B
gonna
tier.
lie. Put this team in curse tier just because Booney could never say their name correctly.
It's Tenochtitlan. I literally gave Marco the name of this thing.
I know.
So, you're welcome.
Everyone always said their name wrong. They never added the. Like it's in the name.
That's true.
Yeah, the Bungerland tacos.
This team
Tenochtitlan
got a decent
tacos.
amount of wins, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had Marco, Roar,
They were
Goofy,
one of the
Shadow, BJ.
2 teams that did some ringer booming. Because if I remember correctly, Wags ranked
They
for
had
Roar,
Wags
and then they had a
ringing for
playoff
him.
tank.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think this is another D team.
I think it's another D team.
It's like
Are they
it's
better or
definitely a
worse than
higher
Otters?
D team
I think like
than Otters.
what about
but
OTs?
Still low
area?
D.
I think
They might be higher than like the Phoenix and Wales, like that area.
I think below the Seekers.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Roar kind of cancels out Roar, so that's a good start.
Yep.
All right, Wakanda BBQs. This is another one of those playoff situations.
Oh my
where you have to
God.
look at it.
God.
This team was
Okay.
so bad, like the first 4 weeks. All of a sudden,
Yeah,
like,
and then they
I'm gonna
made
drop
some-
6
they
players
made
and sign Mikey,
trades.
and then they went to the finals.
Okay, quick question, RiddleDog. How many total players were on that team?
Oh, they also remember traded
14
14.
total players.
Yeah, so what's listed here is their final roster is BBQ,
They're-
Mikey, Thick Boy, RiddleDog, Zeus, Cathect, Goseek.
their final roster. I think you got to put pretty high.
Their final roster
It
and
doesn't have
Wellfish.
Final
Wellfish.
roster
And
is
Whalefish.
high.
And
The
Wellfish.
final roster. I think you have to judge them by their final roster too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
definitely.
So
C or B then? B tier?
I-
I don't think
Low.
Can I look at the
Would-
playoff bracket again? Can you pull that up again?
would they beat the Anglers? I think that's what you got to judge it on. Would they beat Anglers?
I think BBQ
They
would
beat
just
the
get boomed before they even
Bilbies,
close.
and then they went to map 8 against the Golems, right?
I loved casting that, right, Booney?
Yeah, I'd love producing it.
Uh-huh. Every time you did player cams, your Discord just crashed.
It was something I was trying, man. I'm sorry it didn't go well. I thought it was cool.
It was cool.
It was cool.
I think
just
they're below
sad.
the
And
Anglers.
then I just got better
think
at it
so.
next season, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. It wasn't as bad as
Go
what
back
was
to
it,
the
season
list.
5, where you'd have a player cam and the screen would go black for a full second?
Yes.
Go back to the list. They beat
Yeah.
the
Go back to the
Tacos. They
rankings.
beat yeah.
I think they're above Ringers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Is
don't
this
think
season
they beat
2?
Anglers because of BBQ boomage.
Yeah.
I literally said that.
I know, I'm
mean,
just saying you're
That's why
joking
they
louder.
lost map 8, because BBQ benched himself.
Yeah,
He
another
pretty sure he left to go watch football in the last map of the.
another ranked 3 team, which I don't think was. It was just mid.
They were ranked 4 though.
Yeah,
No,
those were-
I'm moving on to the
Oh,
Gremlins.
you're okay.
Oh,
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put the
Personally-
Gremlins in
Gremlins
base
also, right?
tier.
Because you had Boom leave for like a full month.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had Boom gone for a month, and we also had Big Dog gone for every single game except for like a few maps.
Big dog.
Big
And
dog.
Zeus, when he was on our team, could not play a single time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
He
we
had
had like
Marty
hard
and-
scheduling issues.
Dude,
That
I
being
honestly
said, you're
do
still
not
judging it based
remember
on
this team
performance, right?
at all.
We traded for Marty, we traded for Paige, we traded for Raz.
Actually,
Pull
So-
back up the
you
brackets.
didn't trade for Paige. You got her as free agent.
No, I traded for
Huh?
Paige. For
Oh.
from the BBQs, I got Raz and
Oh,
Paige for
okay.
Zeus.
So
I do
like,
not remember anything about this
I would
team.
put
I
us
think
above.
bottom C.
I'd put the bottom of the C tier above the
Yeah.
Axolotls.
yeah,
Bottom of no,
Bottom
bottom
of
of
C.
C.
Bottom of C.
Bottom C.
next, yeah.
Because like if we had our team there, we'd be.
Would
really
we beat
good.
Gorp? Would we beat Gorp?
If we
No.
had our team there, I think we could potentially, but
But
I don't
did
think
you
we
have
could
that
just 'cause
situation?
We didn't have our team.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think we gotta put us below Gorp.
Go with
The
that.
Golems.
The season
Ah,
3 champions,
okay.
aka the worst champions in Gopherwatch League,
was
put them
just
at like
about to say-
lowest B.
Okay.
I was
to be
about
fair,
to say that.
our team almost beat these guys,
So did the
except for
shorts.
Riley yelled at Frog.
Yo,
Yeah.
Wait,
I
wait.
remember this specific scenario. It was Rialto, and he kept trying to 1v2 Trey's pharmacy, and I yelled at him at second point to stop doing that, and then he stopped
And he just
doing it.
won.
Kind of.
Yo, can you? Didn't the same thing happen against the shorts where you had to tell them to stop inting into a torp threat?
No, it was the opposite. I told my team to start inting into your tank to tilt them to tilt your main tank to tilt you, which then tilted the tank again. It was just an endless feedback loop where you guys just kept getting more tilted.
Can confirm it works.
Yeah.
No way.
Do we put these people top of C or low B?
I think lowest B.
I can say.
I don't know if you beat the Anglers.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
gonna
Anglers.
lie.
I think Frog
I-
just feeds.
I think
you
Bonesy
put
kills
them
Frog.
Slightly below Anglers. I think that's what you do.
Yep.
I like
think
him right
right
there
there.
personally.
Also, now let's rank the team that should have won.
Team.
The Bilby should not have won. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryan's like, yeah, better team won, GG.
You have Puppetry Stay, Con, Fancy.
Oh yeah, no,
Shifty,
the
HK.
roster's super good,
the
but they
roster's
they were
good.
not good in playoffs.
Fancy Fancy was not at his peak yet. This
Yeah.
is pre-peak Fancy.
Wasn't this also
pre
Fancy's
Grandmaster
first-
Fancy.
This was
This
also
was Fancy as 13-year-old birthday.
This is
Yeah.
13-year-old altitude mock Overwatch League Fancy.
Altitude Esports Mock Overwatch League Season 3 runner-up. Oh no, Season 2 runner-up. Fancy Overwatch of the Dallas Fried.
I still think either B or C tier.
There's no way you're putting this team above the Golems, dude. No shot.
Yeah, I think you put them.
I'd put them above the BBQs, but not above the
Yeah,
Yeah.
put them there.
All right,
I like that
another
spot for
season.
them.
Oh wait, we don't have the website anymore. Time
Back
to go
to the
season.
season 2. Oh,
Season
baby.
two.
baby.
Oh,
Yo,
baby.
look who we get to rank first.
We're going
I love
top
this team.
down. Richfield Rats.
S tier. I'm joking.
Richfield Rats.
I think
Bottom
I
of
gotta be
A
honest, I'd
tier.
put us A.
Bottom of
No,
A, I think.
I'm doing no bias here. I'm doing no
I
bias
think
here. I'm not
bottom of
voting.
A.
I think you have to look at who was on the team too, because like we were rolling for like a vast majority of the season, and then like all the way up until what the first
This is
time we
me
had
and
to
Nort
verse the
and
new
Fedora,
new
Shadow
boonies.
Blue Jay, FlipFlop Hefe, and then Kokiri, who I
The
never
boss.
ended up playing. And I'm gonna be honest with you, felt really bad about that. You get the
Yeah.
Well, right, Riley did get the fuck because he muted right
you
away.
subtitle that riddle.
I'm wondering, would the Pelicans, Waterbears, or Pushins beat this team?
Beat the
they
Rats?
could.
I don't think so.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so. I
Like
think
we
Rusty
ended
was
up with
playing
like
so
all
well
of
then.
us getting into Masters or something, right?
I think the
Yeah,
best
that
shot,
season.
the best shot they'd have is probably the Water Bears. Honestly, out of all those teams, just the matchup diff. But
Because-
I still think
because-
the Rats win.
By the end of the
do
season, you had
we beat like the Hawks though?
No,
No.
No,
No.
not close.
All right, that's fair.
because
not
by the
with
end of the
Fancy and Invictus in their peak. You're not going to
honestly
beat
would put
them.
you guys
That's
top of
true.
B. I'd put you guys top of B. I feel like there's a difference between the Hawks and you guys. Personally.
It's so tough too because the
I don't know,
league's just
man.
gotten
This-
so
this
much
team
better
went to map
since
6 with
season 2.
This team went to map 6 against the Smelly Booties with 2 people sleep deprived.
Yeah.
I think that's
just flipped
I'd
on the
keep them
tab for the
bottom of A.
boonies.
I think like no matter
We'll
what,
get there, Trey,
who
we'll
else
get
we
there.
add to it, it's probably Rats are still probably gonna be bottom of A. But
I like this team. It's fine here.
I think because also I mean keep in mind you have I think Nort, myself, Shadow, and Jamie all hit Masters that season.
yeah.
Also Hefe
So,
I think
like-
hit Masters on Tank that season, but he never.
Yeah. So it's not like it's like, oh, they're so far from their prime or whatever, right? Which was kind of our issue with like
You're
what,
just hitting your
the
prime.
Bilbies. Yeah. So like it's not like this is still us and all in plat. So
Yeah.
Yeah. I like
Next
this team.
team. We got who do we have? The Nepalese Narwhals.
Narwhals.
Frobble
Oh,
tier,
gosh.
honestly.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
I am
Narwhals-
become winner, goer to finals. Booney, the father of macro, before after beating the
wait. I'll
Narwhals.
say this. I think that besides the boonies in this tier, I think this season drops down like a lot from the boonies and the rats.
Boonies and the Rats, yeah.
Agree.
This-
I put Narwhals top
Yeah.
or like right below the golems, probably. Or the
that's a
bilbies.
good spot for them, I think.
I think that's fine.
No, I think below the Bilbies.
I mean, don't get Rusty started on the main tank for this squad.
Hey man, this was the only time that stats have ever been useful in Gopherwatch League. I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
like, below the bilbies, I'd say. And
Yeah,
then
below the Bilbies.
I still think they're probably the third best team though.
Honestly, I think the BBQs are better with their final roster.
But the final roster,
that's
I'd
true.
probably agree.
Yeah, so I think not.
Yeah, for the rest of the like teams in season 2, I think there's none of them that are above the Narwhals.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see
went to
later.
map
Maybe
5
Saigon
against the
Swans.
Raccoons.
But,
I guess you could. I mean, I guess.
let's continue. I'd say before thinking that.
Okay.
Maybe.
Moon Monkeys.
Moon Monkeys! I have a shirt of the Moon Monkeys!
Bro, I love having one division being substantially better than the other standing wise.
The
Yeah.
Moon Monkeys started off super well, and then I think what ended up happening is like everyone got really mad at Rex,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then the team fell off a cliff.
they're D tier at best.
I think
say
high
Tidy.
D
Yeah.
bottom of C is that.
Yeah.
Do
what we
they
wanna-
beat
High.
Gorps? Or is that Gorp Gamer? No. Do they beat the Hydra homies?
I don't think they
This
beat
is
them.
Orion. This is Orion Boom tank line. HV Sec Koala
shit.
King DPS, and then a rotation of Rex Actus, Strudel, Tomer, and Music Maniac on support.
I think right there is fine.
I don't think they
Actually-
beat the homies.
They might beat the homies because homies literally threw and not put.
I was gonna say they
Fancy on
might.
tank.
This is also like peak Boom before, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like that's a
This
They
is
tough
can't
back
beat
when
the
people were
homies.
still able to like play Zarya and win. And Boom
In
was
my
very
head
bad.
here, though, we'd lose the first map or so, then Fancy would tilt onto tank, and then we'd
Yeah.
We'd
all
probably
depends
win.
whether Fancy goes to
yeah.
tank. That's literally. It depends.
I
how
think
hard
Fancy
you guys
would.
throw.
I mean,
think
me
either
and
way,
Fancy
that's a good
demanded him to play
spot.
tank more often, so at this point, I'd force him on.
I think either way that's probably a good spot. I don't think Ducks beat them, so
Yeah.
All right, the season 2 champions,
S.
the Smelly
Yeah.
Boonies, and I.
First
Kinda
The
like
real
I
Ducks,
never
yeah.
learned how to say the name.
Yeah, we're not gonna try.
This is the best team, right? In Gopherwatch League history.
Yeah.
I would think so. It's a
Yeah.
toss up between them and the Muskies, just because Tommy's
Mongolian
still
Muskies?
like
Yep.
fragged
The
out at that
Mongolian
point.
Muskies leaks.
Mongolian
Yeah,
Muskies?
sorry, but
I think-
yeah, probably
yeah.
the Smelly Boonies here.
How many players did you have there from the draft? You had Bonesy, Frobble, and Boschke from the draft, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's another team
Oh.
that won by training, dude, just like the BBQs. Holy.
There's three.
Speaking of
There's-
BBQ, also
Technically, Nort was on this team before Booney, but
Yeah,
That's
so
true.
you literally just have two of the drafted players there and the captain.
Yeah.
And then you have Meme Supreme free agent. Wait, was Gaming Grandma free
BBQ
agent?
trade.
Gaming Grandma was a free agent, baby.
Two free agents.
A final
Good.
piece to the puzzle.
Three, 'cause
no one
Max-
wanted Gaming Grandma,
Max.
man. So
Max
sad.
was
I'm
traded,
pretty
Max
sure
was
he was
traded.
sitting in the
Max was
free
traded?
agency thing for
Yeah.
like a week and a half.
He was, and I was like, Tyler, just fucking pick him up, man. This will be fun. He's like, okay, yeah, sure.
I was
And-
going to pick him up, but like I don't even like fucking play Kokiri, man. I'm gonna
And then
feel
we got
bad.
the greatest player Gopherwatch League has ever seen. Season 0 MVP Gaming Grandma.
All
Yeah,
right.
this team was broken.
Season
this
0
team-
week
this
1.
team-
His Hans performance. Oh my
Definitely the
lord.
best out of what we've ranked so far.
This team was broken, so broken that rules were made.
Yeah.
Hey,
To
another
stop
team
this
made a
team
rule.
from
Rules were
happening again.
attempted to be made, and then people didn't like those rules in the feedback chat, so we got rid of half of them.
And then it happened again, and then people.
And then it happened again, and people were like, all right, maybe this is a problem.
And people always forget the Gaming Golem did the same exact thing. It's like, oh, let's just
Hey
get
guys,
Yeah,
hey,
because
guys.
people didn't think Frog was like a good free agent.
It's like, you have 3 seasons in a row where the winning team is basically solely because they got the GM free agents. You don't think it's a problem?
Yeah, it was funny. I was in the admins chat. No one fucking says anything, and then I'm like, all right, guys, it's been 6 hours since my win. I'm just gonna say it. We won with a GM free agent. I was like, oh my god, you did win with a GM free agent.
I didn't say anything because I just casted 17 maps of Overwatch in 2 hours. And
Okay.
what? The essay's coming out here.
All right, the Farmington Fishermen.
Oh my
God.
lord! What a
How did
team to
this team
rank.
go
Sorry,
5 and 3?
Fishermen are
man?
literally the definition of the gatekeeping team.
You gotta remember this. They didn't have an MVP player on their team, so
Oh yeah.
This was also
Do they-
far and away.
No. Do they go
Far
in
and away
cursed
in
tier
this
just for that? For the only team ever rank an
Honest-
MVP? Do they go in
Honestly,
cursed tier?
honestly-
I could see, bro. This team was 5 and 3.
This was far and away Invictus's worst season.
No,
This team
PMAs.
This team was
PMAs.
5 and
But
3.
off
man.
rolling though, like his worst DPS season. Is that
Yeah.
better?
I want to put him in cursed tier for the MVP
I
thing.
kind of do too.
yeah,
Well,
I'd say
They're
technically
they're
cursed.
probably they're definitely
Actually,
best
are
of
they worse than
first.
the Kittens? I think
No.
they might be less cursed.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Because they're
Teams
technically
that
the
went 5 and
Mongolian
3.
Muskies,
Alright,
just
they
not the
still
what made the
got 5
Muskies
wins.
good. So
Also, didn't this team forfeit their last regular schedule?
yes, because it didn't matter. It didn't matter for season or for
It
seeding.
didn't matter for
They're just gonna
seeding,
face the
and they'd
Boonies in the
rather-
first round regardless. It was
And
against
the Boonies were going to
so-
be getting the map pick regardless, so it just didn't matter.
So they forfeit, so they have to face the Boonies twice in a row.
Hmm.
And then they played them in the finals. Or not in the finals, sorry. In the first, sorry, in the playoffs.
What a comeback for the Fishermen!
Okay,
Played them
The
in the
Swans-
playoffs.
let's move
very
on. Let's
bad.
move on. The
Yeah, okay.
Swans.
Swans, I think, are honestly right below the Narwhals.
Below the Narwhals?
No.
No.
I feel like because Tommy Trick Blaze wasn't there for so long that
He
their
had to be on
average
tank. He
is
had to play
a
tank too.
mess.
Like, yeah,
with
Khan and Mikey were
particular-
good, but keep in mind the main tank for this team was Mr. Treebeard.
Three beard.
Okay, yeah, actually, that's
Their wins were against the Beebles, the winless Beebles, the winless Raccoons, the Farmington Fishermen, and then the winless Beebles again.
They're so good.
Maybe they are a little low.
I think
Yeah, Trey's like, I think like above the Pelicans. I think honestly.
They beat
Yeah.
the Moon Monkeys in playoffs.
No way.
No,
Oh yeah, they did. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
they-
so like,
Are they above the Seekers?
Mm.
Ranking them against teams that Mikey's been on.
Yeah.
were they
I
above
think-
Seekers?
I think they are because of con diff.
Yeah, that's because this is
Yeah.
peak con, right?
Yes.
But like at the same time, you have to like also the tank line though, right?
I
Like
mean, Tommy Trick Plays is.
Treebeard,
Tommy
well,
just
Tommy
would've
would only
played-
play Zarya.
Like, I don't
I mean,
know.
he'd shut down Rory enough, or
Yeah,
put the same amount of work, and just be a con diff.
Monkeys.
I think below.
I
on
think-
average below.
I'd say the same.
Yeah, on average
I
below
think-
peak, I think they're better though.
I think mostly the reason why they won in their playoff match is more so on the Moon Monkeys just falling
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think the support line was very good either. Kef Potatoes and Hyperbola, like,
I mean, it's fine.
oh yeah, and the Riddle.
Yeah.
I forgot RiddleDog started playing that after Tommy
Oh,
joined. I forgot about that.
Okay, and now
Yeah.
now
Here come the fun teams.
I think these
I
are
don't
the
know. It's just
best-
so weird putting the
These are
Swans
the
that
best.
high
These are
just
the
because
two
of.
best winless teams that we've had.
Wait. Do we want to move the Swans down more or what?
I just feel weird about having the Swans that high. With like, they literally have the
Yeah.
same win pedigree as the Kawakas,
See, my
but
thing
they
is,
have
don't
worse
even-
losses.
I think
Like-
they beat Seekers though.
They were in a.
They were-
Honestly, season 2 might have been like the most lopsided season, and they just got rolled by the best teams. I think if you put them in like the other seasons, I think this team does very well.
Like
honestly,
I think they beat Wales. I think they beat the Phoenix. I think they beat everyone below them. Like I don't like them there really, but like they beat everyone below them.
people seem to forget this is peak con.
Yeah.
Straight
No,
up
Pete
Con.
Con was season 3 MVP.
Season
the
2
Berries.
MVP.
Season
Mm.
3 MVP.
Oh, who was season 2?
That was season 2
No, it
MVP.
was season 2.
Yeah, season 3 was
Season 3
Mikey.
was
Oh,
Mikey.
season 3 is Mikey.
We're
Yeah.
getting
God, dumbass! I'm the trivia master. Get out of here.
Okay, okay.
bad, my
Now
bad.
let's go to the best winless.
Oh,
team.
sorry, that was a swear. Nimrod. There, you can edit
How
that in.
dare you.
You guys have sworn so many times in the last 10 minutes. It doesn't.
Nimrod.
Fine.
Okay.
Don't worry,
Um,
Riddle will bleep him out.
The Rito
Raccoons
Raccoons.
first.
I think these. I think
This was the
Uh,
worst. This is the worst team out of the two winless teams.
I think bottom E. Do both these teams go in E?
Do they
Oh.
beat the Lumberjacks?
Yes. I think most teams can beat the Lumberjacks.
I think Raccoons
wait.
beat the Ox.
I don't know, man. You
Know
guys are
about that.
thinking higher of the Goku main tank than I
They-
am. I
these-
guess.
Nah,
Feet
dude,
blow
have you
off
seen
the
those
game.
rotations?
God, it's off the
Have you
goof. The
seen
Raccoons
those
rotations.
rotations?
It's
I'm honestly putting them at the same level or below the Syndicate.
At the point, no. At the point where
The
they were
Syndicate?
playing, you could
They're
not
in
put them
C
that
tier, what are you
fucking high.
about?
What are you talking about, dude?
Keep in mind,
Okay, this is-
keep in mind, right?
Yeah, this
like
is-
they went to map 5 versus the Narwhals, right? Which while we don't think the Narwhals are necessarily like the best team or whatever, they still were pretty high.
I
Um,
think they're right below the
What was
Syndicate.
the trade that the
Also,
Raccoons made
when
to get?
did the Swans turn good?
Uber
Uberzerker.
Uber's for someone. I don't.
Was it for Goku? It might have been
No,
for Goku.
it wasn't for
like
Goku
SR.
because we didn't get Goku.
Um,
We had
Oh yeah,
Goku.
that's right. No, that's right. Because the fucking
was
the-
it for
probably
Historians or
Bernie's had
something?
Goku.
I have no idea.
Was it a 3-way trade?
It was
might have been
no,
a
because they
three-way.
originally had BBQ. No, that was never mind.
No. It was 3-way. It had to be.
Because we got
Yeah.
BBQ and then we got
Yeah, that's what. it
Rita
was.
Raccoons got.
Yeah, so Raccoons did the Beebles had BBQ, right?
Beebles
Beebles
had
had BBQ, went to the Boonies,
Then-
and then
Uberzerker went to the Beebles.
And
And
Goku
went to the
Raccoons. It's a 3-way.
Like I don't know. I
I
think
think
This team
is
was
the lowest
significantly
one.
worse when it. Okay, maybe not significantly. This team was worse when it had.
I remember
Uber on it.
orchestrating
Actually,
that
it might have been
team
significantly because
behind
their
the
SR cap
scenes.
was fucked.
Yeah.
I
Even
think
though we don't say
I
swears.
think yeah, come
Is
on,
that-
Rusty, stop swearing.
Bottom of E.
That's the
I-
other problem. The SR cap for this team was like so terrible.
I think they beat the Syndromes though.
I
Like
don't think
even
I
at what was
think
it,
they implode.
3350 or something for the SR cap for the season? They were still
My
struggling
issue
with it.
them is like they put on good show. Well, good is relative. But they like they didn't get absolutely rolled by some of the higher ranked teams, right?
I think this team just had like very poor coordination.
I don't know. I don't think
That's the Goku ball
put them any
differential.
higher, personally.
I think the Beebos go above the Syndromes.
Yes.
No, not the
No,
Raccoon
no,
Beebles?
no. Beebles.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
the Beebles.
I
I'm
think
not gonna
the
lie, the Beebles in
Megas
finals they were a terror.
I think
They
the
they
Beavers
were
would dominate
they
the
were the
Beagles.
only team aside from obviously the Boonies that kind of even remotely came close to like countering us.
I think
Echo
this
Hanzo.
team was ahead of its time with the
Cobalt
Papatrice
Hanzo.
Uber Zeker tank line because it wasn't Uber Zerker yet, it's Uber Zeker.
I
Oh,
think that's
true.
fine for
I
the
like this.
Beebles. Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
good.
fine. Yeah, 'cause the
Season
Beagles won the show
one.
match Tuesday.
Season 1.
My
Do we
favorite.
Bottom up,
This
Minneapolis
is when I peak.
Marties, bottom of cursed tier, worst team in Gopherwatch League history.
Yep.
Alright, good.
Yeah.
We're not getting dissent about this one like we were
Nope,
last night.
they
Thank
were the
goodness.
worst thing to ever face the planet. It
Thank
was-
goodness they all learned.
Health
Wait, what two
packs.
maps did they win?
Who did the health
What do
packs beat?
They
If
wait.
I remember correctly, that was like a map
The health
5
packs
against the
beat the
Raiders or
Marties.
something.
Health packs beat the Marties. Oh, 3-1.
Okay, the Marties took a map off.
Took a map off the
The
Raiders and they took a map off the
Raiders.
health packs.
Wait, who
Yeah.
was Hayes Archer?
You guys don't know the legend.
You don't know
of
the
Phil,
legend
man.
of Phil?
Phil was added because I lost Lee.
Okay.
It's not good. It's not good. Also, I had to because of the SR cap. I had to play Brain Boxer at all times. If you know the legend of Brain Boxer, you know why that is very bad. I think Historia showed up to one match and he showed up high.
What a
Imagine
legend.
if I didn't hold all the low SR players hostage.
Yo, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I think the Marties are the only team to ever lose a game by having the other team DC.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
beat
we've
DC
done
on
enough.
King's
We've
Row,
done
and
enough
you're like,
pooping on the
fuck.
Marties. Okay, let's move on here.
It's just so fun.
Health packs.
Health
the health
packs.
packs. Look this.
This
Health
team,
packs
this team could have been so good, but it was so bad.
Where do we put this team?
F?
Yeah. All I'm
Do
Do they
saying,
beat the Huns? Huns? Sorry.
I think
don't
they.
think so.
You don't?
Actually, yeah, they do.
Let me look
I
at the
think-
schedule again.
This
'cause,
is Peak Orion, right? Or not Peak, but like Peak and Gopher.
It was Orion off tank and Nort main tank.
I think Peak
Never mind.
Orion would have been Moon Monkeys, honestly, in terms of
Yeah.
Gopher Watch.
I honestly think
Yeah,
the
that's
Who's
true.
beat the health packs.
I think the Hoons could do it.
I think they can.
I think
Because
it's a toss up between the two. I think
I think Wags would be a biggest difference there. I think
The
the
thing
Hoods
about the
win.
health packs is
Bottom
they
of
didn't
F.
really get like close series. They would do like 3-1 maybe, but they never like looked super good. It was probably an SR cap thing, but this team really just was not.
The average
Good.
SR, their best lineup's 3,400.
Yeah, I mean, the SR cap was like what 3250 or something.
I thought it was like 33 or something.
Might have been 33.
It was 3250 because it went up 100 next year for 3350.
Oh, okay, 3250.
Yeah, so like the team like could have been good, but they couldn't run the best people, or at least not on
Wow.
their best roles.
They're all
like, I think they had to
off-rolling
play
almost.
Kraken DPS and
I could have probably made this team better if I, traded players.
Okay.
Yeah.
Based
So-
team.
Yeah, probably below the help. Yeah, they
So
always
what-
had like two glaring weaknesses, no matter what they did. So
Can we just have a cough tier? Put the gremlin.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, above S tier, just Kothkins. Above S tier.
Okay. To be fair, we'd made them change a rule in the league.
Yeah,
After week 1.
so it was like week 1, and they were like, "Oh yeah, are we doing hybrid or or Koth, and I was like, we should do hybrid. And she's like, no, let's do Koth. And I'm like, why would we do Koth? You could have 3 in a series. And they're like, no, that won't happen. And then 3 Koth happened in the series. I'm like, oh, they only won Koth. That's kind of weird.
It also only makes sense to have like the Chad logo at the top of the tier list.
I mean, when I did this tier list myself week 1, that's literally what I did. Is I put the Greenland Goblins at the top as Koth Games above S tier.
You can't. The soy boy. You can't win a match by only winning Koth maps. Yes.
So there are 3. Okay, so
This is when I tilted Crazy Flames.
okay, so
Oh, that's
their
really hard to do, man.
The
losses.
same record as the Muskies.
Their losses were getting 3-0'd by every team, and their wins were 3 Koth maps against the Muskies, 3-1 over the Health Packs, and then 3-0 over the Martys. So I don't.
We're better than the Martys.
Holy shit! Go to team.
Realistically, this team is probably like maybe an E tier team.
I don't even know. If
I don't think they're F tier if they're not in Koth games.
Best,
I
you know.
think they're top F. I think they're high F.
Yeah, like at
I
its
think-
best,
keep
they
them up,
have
keep
to
them
go
Nope,
up.
Koth
E.
Kings. Put them up there.
Put them in Koth
yeah.
Kings, yeah.
Obviously, they're staying there, but I think that the
This is
yeah.
All
Because
I'm
top
saying,
of
right,
this
our
team-
team had very low SR compared to the other teams.
Yeah,
Yo,
you guys were always running just 2 silver players.
the average SR of our entire team was 2.6.
Insert Goblin Chad. Yes.
God, no wonders you drafted the Syndrome.
Our second highest player was 3,300 SR. It went 4K, then 3,300. Next highest after that was 3K, and then it all below plat.
That's remarkably similar to the Minneapolis Martys after they lost their High Masters support player. That's crazy. Except they had
Okay.
lower lows.
That always comes back to the Martys, man. Get
Always
over
comes
it,
back to the
man.
Martys. Okay, the Mongolian Muskies.
S
All right,
tier.
S tier.
new team.
Below the boonies, yeah.
Another team that had free agents and it was mostly just free agents, like no trades, right?
No.
It was all free agents
All
because
free
Corey,
agents. They got
and Tommy refused to play with each other, so they joined that team.
No. Don't try and erase history here, Booty. When it's your fault that they were on that Tommy was on the Muskies.
Yeah, wasn't it like a random number draw or something to
So
get trick plays?
It's because-
so Marty wants to win a game, and we had just lost Lena, so he formulates a plan. He goes up to Tommy's room. He's like, Tommy, I'm begging you, please join the team. You can play whatever character you want. You can troll as much as you want. I just want to win a game. And so Tommy's like, all right, I'll join. And he gives the S stars to Booney. And Booney sends the message that Tommy is a free agent. And I'm typing out the format because we had to do a format. Except that didn't fucking matter because Seth just said mine in all caps. And then I put in the thing. And then he's like, nah, Riley, you were colluding. It's like, I had nothing to do with this. Now, granted, a player on my team had something to do with this who I also happen to live with, right? But that was not me. Okay? And so Booney says, all right, we'll do a random number generator. There is an 80% chance it'll go to Seth on the Muskies, a 10% chance it'll go to Riley on the Martys, and a 10% chance it will be given to a random team. And he ended up going to Seth. So then Corey hears about this, and he's like, oh, I also want to join, but I don't want to be on Riley's team. So Seth leaves. At that point, the Muskies have no captain. Corey joins, and then Booney's like, okay, you're going to go to the Martys. And Corey's like, if I go to the Martys, I'm not joining. So Booney's like, well, fuck, I don't know what to do. So he does another random number generator, and the Muskies win again. And now Corey becomes the captain of the Muskies, and then Seth shows up in the playoffs because of fucking course he does. And they win like 2 matches. But like, it was literally just shenanigans completely involved in the Muskies getting the 2 GM free agents.
All I'm saying, this is why Booney's my favorite commissioner.
Yo, Trey.
This is why
Season-
everybody, don't worry.
Season 1 through 2, Commissioner Booney was absolutely a goated man. He couldn't be
Trey.
stopped.
Trey, do you
Season 2,
remember me
Commissioner
joining as a
Booney
free
gave
agent?
Riley free agent priority, which he used to trade a player for a calzone.
I like Fedora's free agency where we were colluding, and then Booney said, oh yeah, I'll add you to the free agent chat. Less than 3 seconds later, I say, I want Fedora. Because I had a copy paste ready for when he got announced.
Yeah, but no one else wanted Fedora, so it was fine.
Hey,
Yep,
at the time, you
and
guys
that,
didn't
that
know
was
about him.
everyone's mistake. It was winnable, Trey.
I learned it
Oh my
after he
lord.
started playing pugs. Okay, I learned it.
Oh
I
my
learned. I
lord.
learned where the threat came from.
Anyways, moving on
So
again. Who
history
do we
lesson
have?
over. Minnesota Mini Minx.
Yeah. I never saw anything from this team.
Con.
The
Con.
Very
con in
and
Illinois.
Shadow Blue Jay. I think he
Rookie of
pretty
the
much
year.
tried to one-trick widow this season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so
mini
They have
minks are
they
like
have a +5 map diff.
probably somewhere in D tier.
Bottom of D or top of E, I think, for the mini
I think
mix.
top B.
Mini
I don't know if
Minx
he can
lost
do
to the
block.
Raiders, the Rough Riders.
And did they beat the Gamers?
Am I
They
crazy in
beat the
thinking that they
Muskies,
could have beaten the
they
Otters at that point?
beat the Health
Do we think they could
Pack.
beat?
Yeah, they
The Whales.
3-1 to the Gamers.
Yeah?
I don't think they beat Whales, right?
No.
No.
Do they beat the Hamsters?
This is,
What is this team?
let me check the
I don't
Hamsters
think
again.
so.
Wrong season.
I think they lose to the Hamsters.
I think did they beat the Otters? I think yes.
Did
I
they beat
think
the
barely
They
Quackers?
beat the
Otters.
Hamsters. They
I
might
I think
beat
they're
the
right above the
Hamsters.
Quokkas.
Do they beat the Quokkas though?
I don't know.
If you have Riley on Diva, he's gonna at least shut down Con a little bit.
This isn't pecan, so this is like very, very good con, but not pecan.
No, the Conzo is a legend already in season 1.
Yeah, I know, but like
Also, I
he
wouldn't be on
absolutely
Diva at this
dominated.
point. I'd be on main tank for the Quokkas. Transflect would be on Diva.
Oh, okay, yeah, they beat Quokkas.
Yeah, they beat Quokkas.
Yeah.
Riley gets MTD by Shifty Fish. GG.
I don't know. We might run like Sig Diva, but then that's still bad. So
Mhm.
Shifty God.
Okay, the Raiders. You have PJ, Mikey, Elliot, Kef, Riley Dane, Kevin Toyota,
Do they-
Strudel.
Kevin
Yeah.
Toyota.
Do they go
Toyota?
above the Saigon Swans?
This team dropped a map to the Martys. This one's tough. I don't know where to put them.
Do they go above the Swans here?
I think above the Swans.
I don't know why
Yeah.
that's my gut reaction, but I think that's correct.
They go
They
above
beat the
Swan for
Mini
sure.
Above
Minx.
Moon Monkey. I don't
They
think. I don't,
3-0'd the
Well, actually,
Golems.
does Purple Jesus just like dominate the Swans?
Yes.
yeah, I think he just does. Absolutely.
Especially considering, Swans are
They're
treated.
very. I
and-
mean, both these teams are pretty DPS heavy, but you actually
Yeah.
have it's a main tank rather than the off tank,
Yeah.
which I think.
And you got Kevin Toyota, the ultimate
Yo,
beat
true.
maker.
Kevin Toyota was the reason why their SR was just so goated.
I think you put them right between the Moon Monkeys and the Swans. to be
Yeah, I like
honest.
that.
Who'd they lose to? They lost to.
Rough
Sweaty
Riders?
Gamers, I think, and someone else.
Mini Gamers and.
In
Rough
Map
Riders.
5.
Rough
Please tell me it's
Riders.
in Map 5 that the Gamers beat the
It was not
Raiders.
in
No,
Map
it was
5.
3-1.
Not
No
3-1.
way.
3-1 for both their losses.
Unless he had a draw. Could have had a draw.
But I say me
Okay.
and PJ can't go to not Map 5 in seasons 1 and 2.
Sweaty Gamers.
The
Yeah,
most
this-
underwhelming finals team to ever make it.
The Sweaty Gamers had voted best captain Oaks by Booney.
They also had MVP Booney. All right,
What is
so
this team?
didn't this team have a problem towards the end of playoffs where Maple couldn't use Discord and you had to use Game Chat to talk to him?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Hey, you still
Wow.
made it to the finals.
Look at Caden and Zeus's SR.
Wasn't
my
wasn't
God.
Zeus permanent benched?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Epic.
God, Caden is still gold at this point. Oh my goodness.
Oaks is
What
3,500.
is this team?
Well, in all fairness to Oaks being 3,500, he did hit 4K the season before this.
Oh yeah. Okay. fair.
Ah,
Gotta remember how Ox had his situation going
Ox.
on.
I don't like this
Oh
team.
boy.
Don't like this team, but they did
Team.
good.
I don't like this team.
I think they'd get hard smacked by
The
like.
bracket on here.
No,
I think they'd get dominated by the
bracket
Whales, to
should
be honest.
No?
Right?
not in my version. I didn't have it.
I think Trout
Yeah.
dominate them.
Let
Is
me
that
see if
crazy?
I have the bracket because I can't remember if I do or
This
not.
team is so weird. Who's their DPS?
Maple
Maple
and
Xanthos?
Xanthos.
Not the worst DPS line.
Is Xanthos running Doom Sombra then?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I have the playoffs bracket.
Wait.
I don't have. Never mind. I don't have it really finished. Okay, yeah, no, I don't have it finished like in terms of maps, but I have the people that they played.
Yeah.
So the Sweaty Gamers played the Health Packs and then the Raiders.
Health Packs was 3-0. Raiders was 3-2.
Okay.
Yo, could you add that playoff bracket to my sheet or something? Do you have editing terms at all?
Sure.
There are 2 teams left. Why do you need this?
Yeah.
No, I just want it for history reasons.
For our future
Fuck.
trivia.
God, the way that you have to copy this shit is so annoying. That's not what I wanted to do.
Okay, I think you put them.
I think they get destroyed by
I
the
think-
Trout personally.
I think yeah, that between
That-
Trout and
yeah.
Hamsters.
I think
Then below the
They might have
Raiders.
beat the
They
Raiders.
beat the Raiders. What do you mean?
I think
thought-
Raiders are.
The Raiders
I
look
think
so
the
much
Raiders and Swans might. Be
Okay,
up
but
there
they beat the Raiders, so you either have to move the Raiders down
We
and move
beat the
Sweaty
Raiders
Gamers up.
twice. What do you want from us?
Yeah, you have to move the Raiders down and you have to move the Gamers up. You can't do one or the other here.
Might be down to move some of the current teams up higher, like from this season. I think they
Yeah.
might need to be moved up higher, just in
I
general.
think you need a lot because it's you ranked those teams first before having any of the other teams in.
Yeah, and
You're
now
gonna
like,
need to
I think,
adjust
I
them
feel-
at the end.
Yeah, I feel like the floor is a lot lower now.
like I think the Trout would beat this team, right?
Did I do that correctly? No, I didn't do that correctly. Fuck me, dude.
Commonplace.
I can't even fucking tell if I did it correctly. Oh my god. Hold on, can I just like?
Okay, wait. So what do you
Right,
want?
here's the thing.
I don't care where the Gamers end up as long as the Raiders are not above us because we beat them twice. So
There. I don't think.
I
you
don't.
move the
I don't
Raiders
think
to
you
the-
beat the Swans though.
I don't either. Move us down, but just don't have us below the Raiders.
Can you give me edit access
This is
on
so tough.
RustyGoomba@gmail.com?
I'm
No.
just gonna change everyone to have
Okay,
editing
wait.
access.
Let's just finish this, right? And then at the
And
very
then we
end,
can
we'll do, like,
rearrange.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any that
Okay,
are like
yeah.
egregious.
Rough Riders. Top B, bottom A.
That's fair.
I don't think they beat the Rats.
Yeah. Then again, Bonesy.
Do they beat the Pelicans? I don't think they beat the Rats.
I don't think.
I
so.
think Transflect
worry.
does too much captain's trolling in order to get everyone to play like a loser.
Do they
Imagine
beat the
giving people
Pelicans and the Bears?
playtime.
I don't.
Honestly,
I
put
think.
these people lower. To be honest,
I think.
I think they're
they.
bottom B.
I agree.
I think they're better than the Skies.
I think the
I
Skies will
don't.
win. I think the Skies will
Okay,
advance
so
to the
then-
Otters.
Because
they
you
didn't
wanna
go
know what
correctly.
happened? They'd kill Bonesy. Then what do the Rough
Yeah,
Riders
when?
have?
Yeah, I think they're below.
BBQ.
The Rough Riders was literally just Bonesy
Okay,
Zarya.
wait. Easy solution. Compare this team to the current Bonesy team, Anglers. Which would you rather have?
Oh no. I mean, the players at this time.
I
Me
think
versus
you'd rather have-
Transflect.
I'd rather have Rough Riders just by a little bit though.
Who did I say that the Raiders played
Yeah.
again? Oh, the
So I
Green
think
and
they're good here. I wouldn't put them any higher at all.
Okay. Moving time. Who needs to be moved? Who needs
Move
to
the
be moved?
Brisbane's down one more tier. Add a tier between Frotball and Cursed. I
Who
want them
wants
down so low. Worst team ever tier. And we put the health packs in, or we put the Maris in there.
F minus.
to say L plus Bozo
Marty's
in that
team.
tier?
Murdy's.
Just put
L.
Bozo tier, Bozo tier.
El Bozo.
Yeah.
I think
There we
we
go.
should maybe move some of the current season teams up.
I
'cause
think, you
this
could
is
move.
might be
Yeah.
the best
I would agree
season.
with that.
Because the problem is like we're rating teams based on how they did in their season, but the game has changed so much as well as
Yeah, like,
players
I think the
improving.
game is just better.
Do you
like,
want to move
the
the
league.
Ducks? Move the Ducks up to C, but where in C? In between Unicorns and Syndicate.
Well, we should start at the bottom and then work our way
Yeah,
up through the
start at
tiers.
bottom.
Well, I mean, we have what the
Actually, no, I think we
Cats.
should start at the top.
Start at the top and
Sure.
I
Yeah,
think
'cause-
imps are still solidly A.
I think
that's
imps
still
are
good.
where they belong, honestly,
Yeah,
at this
I
point.
like A tier.
I like the B tier too. I think
I like
that
B and
we're-
A. I like
yeah.
B and up
Yeah.
personally.
C
I think
tier.
Anglers might be too high at top of C.
No.
I think they might. Do they? I think they beat the Gaming Golem. I think Gaming Golem's troll.
The
Yeah.
problem with the anglers is they don't have a good win yet, right?
Have you seen their schedule?
Yeah, I've seen, they have the toughest schedule by
They have
far,
the
right?
toughest
But, like,
schedule.
they
And
haven't
the
beaten.
one team
They've
that
gone
wasn't-
0-3 against the teams that have, you know.
Well, no, they went 0-3 against us, which they didn't play good. And then they went to map 5 against MS Guys, then map 4 against Pushins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all those teams are
I
better
think-
than the Golems. So
Yeah, I think that's a fair placement for them.
I like them here. Now, the Ducks are the next highest. I think Ducks might go up a tier.
I don't know if
Actually-
they're better than the. Are they better than Axolotls? That's the thing. Because I think the Axolotls are the gatekeeper of D.
Logan, because it's literally basically the Axolotls with Logan.
Who is on the Axolotls instead again?
You had
Strudel?
Fruitles.
Strudel
No,
and
you-
Frudels.
I think they are above by 1. I think they're right below the Gremlins, personally.
Wait, who was their other DPS? They had Might or Fruitles. What's their
Yeah, the
DPS
Ducks are
at?
above them then.
Yeah, I think they're right below Gremlins.
My God,
Like
guys, I'm
goblins.
finally out of D.
Like Gremlins.
No way.
Yeah, the Gremlins.
No way.
Wait, above the
No. Put them back in D tier,
Yeah.
but above the Axolotls, because we
Yeah.
can't have Jamie out of D tier.
Yeah, stay in there.
Dang, I shouldn't have
Rats
said
don't
anything.
count. They're not a real team.
Plus, D for Ducks.
I think whales are better than tacos.
Are we rating the whales too highly?
Are we
at this
really that high off that they're winning 2 maps against
I
the
don't-
Skies?
That's what
They've
I'm saying, man.
I think
I
Trout need to
last-
go up. I think Trout need to go up.
Yeah, I think the trout.
I think
higher
Trout
than
I think the
whales?
might be.
I think trout go above the tacos.
I think Trout go above the Seekers.
I could see
Actually,
that.
no.
I could see them
maybe-
even above.
I think Trout go above because I think
Yeah.
Lifkey can handle zone against Mikey.
Yeah, that's true. I
But-
And then
Trout above the
Orion
Seekers.
and Roar cancel their
do
out.
we put the trout over
There's so
the
many
Raiders?
Mikey
though?
teams here.
Does the trout go above the
Seekers.
Raiders though?
The Mikey zone.
No?
No, you don't.
I like Trout there.
Okay.
You have. It's really just the Mikey
What
zone.
about the OTs? I think the OTs need to be reevaluated.
I think OT should, if anything, be lower.
I kind of agree. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think they can move
Sorry,
any higher.
Rusty. I know we like just got 3-0'd by you, but like.
What? Sorry, I'm not paying attention at this point.
Riley, we're saying the OTs go lower than their current placing. Do you agree or disagree in this conversation?
I mean, I'm fine with it. I just don't think the Ducks should be as high as they are. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Where would you like to see the
Wish
Ducks
list
then?
now.
Wish list.
Would I like to see the Ducks? I would probably put them. Jesus, I don't want to say around the same level as Trout. I don't know. It's so tough to fucking rank. The fact that you guys completely trolled the interdivision games really fucks
sorry.
everything up. To be honest with you, I blame Frobble. I
For the
hate
record,
Frobble.
Carson and
Fuck
I
it,
tried.
put the Ducks
we,
in the
we
Frobble.
tried to not.
Ducks and Frobble tier. Go, go, go.
That's our only compromise.
That's fair enough.
I like this.
I just ruined GG.
Well, then how do we
No, it's
evaluate the
completely fine
Axolotls?
because the goblins get cock
The
tased.
Frobble tier.
Yeah,
Put them
okay, yeah.
down.
I mean,
Axolotls and Frobble tier.
Put the axolotls over the Ducks, though.
Yeah, I think they're.
like even with Logan, I still think the Axolotls are overall just better.
Your Ferrudal, like, hard-on is really clouding your judgment
he's
here.
so poggers,
It's in
man.
the
He is
way.
pretty pog. I'd take Fruitles over Logan any day. Then again, I like my nano counter.
Okay,
so-
I'll take a Logan then. I'll see you in the battlefield.
Here's,
See how it
here's the
goes.
thing, right? Is that I think that I would think that the Ducks would be better than they are.
Yep.
But
You'd
like,
think that. But
Frobble-
Frobble,
yeah, I would
You'd
think that, but that's
you
the
would
problem.
really think that, wouldn't you?
but Frobble tier.
But
Yeah,
Frobble.
now that I'm looking at it, I don't know. Your second DPS is, I think, questionable whether it's Frobble or Lol, and Lol just because he's or SR, not even because I don't.
I'm not
I think
gonna
he's
lie.
actually pretty good for his SR, but
Yeah.
With the Axolotls and Ducks in Frobble tier, I think this tier looks much better.
Honestly.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest with you, the whole time I was kind of questioning the Ducks. I'm like, I don't want to fucking go
No,
back.
the boonies are more than Frobble. Leave him up there.
I want to freaking go back and talk.
We
about
wanted
them, yeah.
this disassociate from that,
let's be
man.
real. Early Frobble does not count as current
Yeah.
Frobble.
Yeah, Frobble.
Yeah, the
supports-
Frobble tier
No,
starts.
it
at
It starts at
captaining.
Rincewind. It starts at Rincewinds.
It starts
Yeah.
at the Rincewinds when he was captaining.
I think that the rinse ones have to be the bottom of Frobble tier.
Yeah, Rinsman's bottom
Yeah.
of Frobble tier.
The team most corrupted by him.
No, I think they're the highest in Frobble tier because they are the most Frobble of all the teams.
Wait, no, but
Yeah.
we decided that cats were the most cursed, so then they were at the bottom of the cursed tier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
true. All right, fair enough.
Why are who's it? The fishermen?
No MVP candidate. Cursed.
Yep.
No one on my team deserves MVP.
Also, just remember what we did in the team reveal thing, you know? Oh man.
Did we ever actually
Okay.
come up with a placement for the fishermen, or did we just kind of
No,
throw
we
them in?
No,
dirt?
which would have
No,
been
we
cursed.
didn't. We probably should.
I think
No.
Like
maybe
even
fishermen
for
would
like
be
the
E.
frogs, we've
Actually,
kind of like
no.
established
I think
like they're
fishermen are-
around
I think
the
high-
drought
fishermen
High
are
level.
E,
bottom.
probably.
High E, bottom D.
That's where they would actually
Yeah.
be, but I think
That's where
They
would
would
be, but-
realistically be probably around the frog tier.
So is this all good then? Any other
Where even
teams that
is
should
the
be
frog
moved?
tier anywhere? Or
Here,
anywhere?
here's the thing, right? Is that it pretty much doesn't even matter what we actually say because there is going to be someone that sees this and they're like, "Oh, you had one team 3 spots lower than I had
Yeah,
them, so
Don
your team
Carr.
was dog shit." So yeah.
Don Carr.
Also, I really
Carr
hope that you're
Nation.
not going back and editing all the swear words out because I've been doing that a lot and I want to
I
apologize.
mean, you've kind of ruined it now, so you're
Oh,
yeah.
thank goodness, I can't
Honestly,
feel bad.
I think you guys are crazy. I think Neko should be S tier. Sorry,
I think
everyone.
I think Neko should be
what
off.
you
Now,
don't
hold on.
realize
I
is
I
Looking
think
at
we
the
should
peak,
make a
T-shirts
brand
should
new
still
team. No,
be
you know what?
S
We should put
there.
we should put the Beebles and we should put
Wait,
the
wait, can we
Neckos
make
in the
the
cursed
Mongolian
tier because it's also
Muskies?
the cats tier.
Mongolian might no.
Dude,
Trey.
Mongolian Muskies, they're undefeated. They haven't dropped a single scrim map.
Listen, I'm just saying, man. If we're going off peak, the Hamburg Hoons, that one map they won, at
We're going off
least top
scrims.
of
Put the
B.
koalas up, man. They went even
I would
against
like
the
to challenge
cantaloupes
you
in
on
multiple
something.
scrims.
Oh, hold on.
The Greenland Goblins, right? They're the anime protagonist, right? Think about it this
Yeah.
way: they start out where they are. They seem to be pretty weak because they drafted all the worst players. And then,
Worst players. Wait a second.
they overperform, right? And then from there, they hit their training arc, right? And they become the green.
They all
Galapagos
split up in order
Gremlins.
to train too.
Yeah, and then they become the Galapagos Gremlins, and then they ascend to a little bit higher. They're starting to prove themselves as a better team. And then they're like, okay, they get into a hard fight. They're like, okay, this doesn't work. We're gonna switch up our strategy, and then they become the Nyaru Nekos, and then it just goes straight down the shitter, right? And they're like, oh fuck, that didn't work. And they go back to their roots, right? And now that they've gone back to their roots, they've hit the top of A or high A tier, but going back to their original lineup of the Fedora Trey duo.
The cursed duo.
They are the anime protagonists.
Wow.
I'm just in awe, dude.
Too bad we skipped that in the video.
Riddle, do some cute like texting, like spinning like wow. Just and like rainbow
Wow.
text just spinning and running around. Yeah, do that. Thanks.
Wow.
I just looked at the search bar and just say I won't. I'm just assuming that's still his answer.
Oh, man.
Anything
Are
else we want to
there,
move
yeah, are there
before we're
any other
done?
ones that we need to change here? Or have we succeeded?
D tier. I love D tier.
I think the Marty should be lower.
I love the Martys though.
I love elbows.
Realistically, I think we would have had a much better video if we just decided to just rank it based on logos, not even based on the actual
Honestly,
teams.
yeah.
All I'm saying, the Iceland Imps have
We'll do that at a different time.
Yeah,
different
we'll
time.
do it another day.
That'll
We're
be
still
an
gonna have the
off-season
Frobble tier
thing.
though.
Yeah, still have the Frobble tier.
I like this list. I'm pretty happy.
I
this
think
is
it's a
pretty
pretty
good.
good list.
Should
I
we
think we've done it.
send it into the power rankings and have people mulled and then or should we wait for the video to be uploaded?
Wait for the video and then
Wait for
post
the
it.
video. Wait for the
Okay.
video.
Live react to the molding.
Live slug reaction to power
Yo,
rankings.
Wait, Riddle, can you set up the video as a YouTube premiere?
World premiere.
Let's go.
Can we get a live slug reaction?
We have on the Gopherwatch League Twitch, right? We have us reacting to people complaining about the power rankings going up.
Yeah.
Okay, I think with that we're gonna close out here for the recording. Thank you all for watching and listening to our rambles. We know nothing except for the fact that the Greenland Goblins are the best team.
Koth Kings, yes.
Anime protagonist.
They win
Yep,
Koth
we're
every
just-
time.
And we're the anime
Never
protagonist.
For
lost.
week 1 only.
Never lost, baby.
Never lost, baby.
See, if they didn't change that rule, we wouldn't have lost the Koth map. We were so discouraged after that because we knew we couldn't
Yeah.
win big series anymore. So we're just like,
Anyways.
there's no point.
I think we're good now, Riddle. You can
Nope.
cut the recording. No.
Bye, chat.
Bye,
Bye,
chat.
I'm eating macaroni.